That was MGMT bringing us back into another break. That was Electric Feel. And speaking of electricity, we still have the robots from Steam Power Giraffe right here in studio with us. So let's talk a little bit more about one of their other projects that's been going on, and that's Steam Power Giraffe, the webcomic.
John, we requested that last song.
Oh, yeah.
We did. By the way, we did. That was the
Very nice.
spine and John requesting him.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Steam Power Giraffe, the webcomic.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Christopher.
Sure. Yeah.
First of all, I wanted to kind of give you something to get started on. A little bit of the inspiration behind it. Obviously, it's your guys' backstory, but for some of the audience that might not be very familiar with you guys, if you guys could kind of elaborate on that point, Chris.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we're actually a group of mime artists. We have the music, but the idea is that we're this group of 114-year-old steam-powered robots that, sing songs, and they've been performing throughout the decades. And they are San Diego local in their story, so there's a whole inventor, and you get to meet the family legacy and a lot of weird characters, and yeah, it's hopefully going to expand on a lot of future creativity endeavors, and I don't know, like everything in between. It's just kind of bringing it all full circle.
Maybe answer some questions
Answer a lot of
about
questions. There you go.
pseudo-history.
The origins, the
all we've been through, all these
yeah.
adventures.
It kind of plays into our whole, we have a timeline on our website that's all fiction, so it's all going to play into that stuff.
I've noticed that some of this kind of tucks into kind of present times and sort of touches on that little bit of an aspect. So were you going to try to do flashbacks and things like that relatively soon, or are you...
There'll be a lot of it.
You're
We
trying
wanted to kind of introduce the characters as if no one had ever seen them before.
Yeah, so you're...
So they're slowly introduced. And
Yeah, then we'll travel back and forth and do lots of crazy things.
So you're doing this for like a newer audience that might not be familiar, and this might be their first look into you guys.
Yep.
Maybe.
So the comic could stand on its own if you've
Yeah.
never heard of Steam Power Giraffe.
So that's the thing that you guys are shooting for. You're trying to hit the modern age and throw in all these characters, and then maybe kind of go back and explain how it all got to this point.
yes.
And,
Christopher is the director, I guess you would say, for this project. He's taken it upon himself to, to actually do this, regular updates and all that.
But we're actually taking a break because we have some other projects that need my immediate attention. So
Right, such as the stage show and.
we've got a few things that we're working on right now. So this will come back. I just had to take a break because can't do everything.
Yeah, really busy.
And you've been doing a page, I think, twice a week?
Usually twice a week. For the last couple of weeks, nothing has been updated just because
Yeah.
we're focusing on
You
other
guys are
things.
So you'll be back into it May?
Yeah, in May we'll be back and we'll continue progressing the story.
You're taking a bit of a hiatus from it in preparation
I
for all
like
the
that word.
projects they have going on. Hiatus is just a nice, official,
Hiatus.
fun word to say.
Makes
Lends
you
a little-
sound smart.
Yeah, it lends a little credibility to it.
It's kind of like
So,
some kind of sandwich. That's what
I'll have a-
hiatus, all right.
Stole my line there, man.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've noticed that, first of all, this very intricate artwork. That's very well done, if I may say so. It's a nice style. A lot of people have told me that they're interested in the style that you use, and it's a
Yeah.
lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
And by
I
a
love
lot, I mean
Christopher's
more than
stuff.
two. So, yeah, it's a collective thing. And I've noticed that a lot of it kind of harkens to your music and the bits that you've prepared for live performances, and some of it is newer stuff that you haven't really touched on. So the inspiration for this, you obviously, I assumed that you've been thinking about putting this out into a comic for quite some time now. So
Oh yeah.
have you been preparing some of this material that you do specifically for a presentational medium like this, or did it just kind of fall into a place when you decided to do a comic?
I'm not sure. I guess we started really thinking about a comic like about 2 years ago, I think. And
About 2 years ago. Like
and that's when we started putting
Yeah.
together the pseudo history. And back then we really wanted to do like a historical thing, but we kind of realized, we're gonna hold off on that, and we just kind of want to do a little bit of a present time, because there's a lot going on in the present in their story, which I think people are gonna discover soon in the comic and other mediums that we're about to unleash. So yeah, definitely we all gather up, and we'll storyboard the idea out, and then we kind of think, okay, we treat it just like we're making a new bit. So it's exactly the same kind of process that we go into making songs and stuff. So the comedy is kind of translating that, the live performances, and giving visuals to things that the mime, can't create in reality.
Exactly. It's kind of a storyline type of thing that you can't really act out when you're doing your performances on stage without like an actual
I wish
theatrical
we had smiling
setting.
apples that eat each other, but These
or
are-
Marshmallow.
All these bits are through Christopher and us as well. Like we all try to contribute. Christopher is the main idea
Marshmallow
machine here.
exists. We just haven't found him yet.
Oversized kid.
Yeah, so I've noticed that it's a lot of stuff that you're trying to expand on because you've touched over and over again, you know, making references in your shows and such about the past history and the antiques that these robots really are, and you're trying to kind of bring it into the present and show that there's substance to it and that it's still continuing and it's not all just a flashback to the 19th century or, you know, some such thing like that. You've really brought it kind of showing these kind of, I don't know, interesting images of the present time and how you're expanding on the characters that you've introduced and even represented in your past stage shows, like the one you did a while back, over a year ago, in fact, up in Oceanside.
Yeah,
But have you guys made a lot of changes to the origin story, or just kind of expanding on it so it's not?
We had an idea way back when. We just couldn't. It was really hard back then to get people to understand it. We wanted to keep it really simple, so we didn't try to, you know,
Overwhelm everybody?
Overwhelm everything, and then we kind of just have expanded on the ideas, you know, kind of reinterpreting it.
There's probably been a few changes. But,
Yeah,
for
even
the most part, it stayed the same.
So
and just expanding on that.
It's kind of like condensed juice. They start with juice, they condense it, and then you have juice again.
all right,
I don't know.
Steve Giraffe is great. I don't understand that.
That's
now,
the-
but-
that's-
That kind of makes sense, right?
that's
You wanna go
that's
get
the
some
juice
ice?
cycle, kids.
If you're a girl, you get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, the juice cycle,
John
I
wants
guess
his
it's an
own weed.
esoteric thing, I guess. So, so you guys haven't really disrupted the continuity of your story. You're just kind of expanding on it and doing things in ways that a visual medium like a comic book can do better than just being mimes and acting it out on a stage maybe, or even with actors. You're trying to throw a little bit of a complication in the mix and try to get people interested in, oh, what are these strange creatures and images? I mean, it's all going to come together and mean something. So you guys are trying to kind of warm the audience up and get them interested in your guys' story.
Build
So
a
you can
franchise.
build a franchise, and build a foundation, and try to get people
World domination. I mean, that's
to
what it's all
understand your
about.
method, and then kind of expound on that when they're ready to kind of take it all
When
in.
they're ready to make the action figures. For it.
Exactly.
And we'll have tons of, you know, the
Yeah.
electric grip.
The electric grip, and the lifelike metal.
An electric grip.
Oh, you're just talking about electric feel from the song we played earlier. That's what you can't. Yeah, I don't know if they'll let you call it electric feel, because that might not be good enough for the kiddies.
Electric grip.
Electric grip. All right, guys. So we have the webcomic, we have your upcoming shows, we have Vegas, we have Europe, we have all these kind of things that you guys are headed to, and kind of a question for the people personally, not necessarily the robots. How do you guys do all of this? Really, I mean.
There's 5 of us, 6 of us. Well, actually, we don't. See, we're actually not updating the comics, so technically we can't do it. We can't. If we could do it all, then.
Well, it's a sad truth that the economy is terrible right now, and we've all lost our jobs. So we do have some extra time on our hands that we're trying to devote to this, because this is what we'd like to be our job, so that we don't have to say, oh, well, I don't have time to do this because I have a job.
Yeah, you don't need to get back to your day job because you guys don't want one.
Well, don't get us wrong. We still have to pay bills. And
Oh, yeah.
We
Well,
do have
obviously.
we have jobs, although they're not. At least I don't think any of us have a steady job right now.
No.
We all have a source of income.
And we're trying to work our hardest to make this our source of income. You know, it's funny because people say, oh, you don't have jobs, don't you have all this free time? And
Absolutely not.
every second of free time is devoted to Steam Powered Giraffe. We'll
You
be
can-
up till
yeah.
3
That's
a.m.
good. If it wasn't,
Many
if
of
it
our
wasn't.
close friends, and they'll be like, oh, they never spend time with us.
Exactly. I mean,
All they ever do is Steam Powered Giraffe.
But we love to do it, so it's the all these creative things like all put together, and it's really amazing and fun to do.